Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today I'm going to be going over the new Gems of War Mythic of the Pharaoh Khafru. So as far as this thing is concerned, it'll be in the Glory, Gem, and Guild and VIP chest for the next week only, and then it'll be in the drop table with everything else, so all the way until next Friday reset time, basically the end of Thursday. But anyways, as far as this troop is concerned, it is pretty solid. It is a utility troop that you're going to be using ever so occasionally, but when you do, it'll probably be pretty good for your team. As far as what it does, it converts all gems of a chosen color to cursed gems, which if this sounds familiar, it is a converty troop. We have not gotten one of these in a very, very, really long time, as far as like the standard ones. We've had it for like the whole batch of 12 mana cost, 13 mana cost ones that have existed in the game for quite a while now, and have been quite a bit of a staple before we had things like Leprechaun and all the other billion ways to mana accumulate these days. However, nice to see a Mythic getting this mechanic and getting just more follow-up on it. Of course, the most noteworthy thing that currently does this is Apothecary, converting all to brown of a chosen color, and then cleansing all allies. This kind of does the inverse in that it does curse gems, so instead of cleansing your allies, you're cursing the enemies, which also dispels them if they currently do not have Bless. Then it goes and converts 3 skulls into deathmark gems, assuming there are 3 skulls to convert, and any remaining skulls that there still are, if there are 4 or more, will get converted into uber doomskulls, which of course when exploded will end up getting, or matched, will end up doing 10 damage to the opposing team, and can be matched as normal skulls. The deathmark gems cannot be matched at all, but given that you're going to generally be landing extra turn from converting into brown, you should be able to get effectively a 4 times curse, and then clear out the board and get a 3 times deathmark, and the entire enemy team would then be cursed. So overall, not too bad. Definitely situational as far as when you would need this, and I feel like we're getting a lot of curse options these days, so having yet another one, I guess is nice, but, you know, as far as a cursor, you're not necessarily using him for that. One thing that's actually rather interesting on him is he explodes 2 gems at the start of his turn, and of course this would stack, so if you have 2 of them it would be 4, 3 of them would be 6. Is it worth getting more than 1? Probably not. I don't know. If we get lucky, we might go for a second one here if we get our first pull within a few hundred. But, I don't know. It has potential. Of course, this is most similar to... Oh gosh, why do I forget his name? But he explodes 2 gems every single time he takes an extra turn, whereas this does 2 at the start of every single turn. Normally, an ability like this would be a little bit weaker, since you can't really loop it. However, in this context, it actually can end up ultimately being more mana accumulation, so... it really just comes down to what team you end up structuring it around. So with that being said, let's actually go open up all the keys and start actually doing some of those teams. We're going to do the gem keys here. We have a decent stack here, so should be able to get it pretty quickly. Hopefully he's in drop table. I didn't actually double check before I got on today. He's in there somewhere. As we burn through all the keys, we have like a billion more. Though we're already 600 down. Okay, well apparently we're not getting 2 of them. Oh no, do we? We'll go to 1,000. We got him at 600, so we got a little lucky. Let's see. Can we get him again? No. Oh, now we have to commit to it, though. We have to commit. Okay, 1,200. There we go. Okay, it took 1,200 for 2. Not too bad. That on average would take about 2,000 of those, so I'll take it. I don't think we're actually going to show any team with that, unless we want to build one on the fly. Maybe we'll do that. We'll build one on the fly. We'll add a team here. I have no clue how to spell this name. I always keep getting that wrong every single time I kept doing it for the thing. What is that? Khafru? I have no clue what team we're building with that, but we'll find out in a second. Anyways, let's go get him. Let's see. Khafru. Alright, we'll build a team with you. W. We'll figure out something. But anyways, let's go and get all these other ones built out and see what we can do with it. Let's see. Just have Whittle of Nishas here as our placeholder. And before we actually get into a fight, let me go and upgrade the little guy. Get all of his traits. Get him fully leveled. Is he worth, what do you get for... Yeah, that's max. What I'm looking for is, what does that stat do? You gain magic. You don't even use magic, right? That's a weird stat distribution for you. Yeah, it's not worth upgrading him. He doesn't really get enough value to bother with it. Anyways, let's go see what he can do. Alright, so, we'll do Golvania, I guess. Not sure why I always feel the need to do this one. It's just, like, out of any Explore 12... as a default to go explore, it's like, oh, this one. So, first things first, I feel like this has the most amount of synergy with everything that he can possibly do. Might not be the strongest team with him, but gosh, is the synergy all there. So, of course, this thing has deathmark gems. What do we have to go with deathmark gems? Even more deathmarks. He inflicts 1 to 2 deathmarks with his ability, and this also does 1 to 2 deathmarks. Or, sorry, it does 3 deathmarks. with the deathmark gems. This also gets to, of course, convert all gems to a chosen color, or to a brown, I mean. Any gem, but it goes to brown. You know what else does that? Apothecary. It selects anything of a chosen color to brown, except the other one's cursed gems. But this also just applies you with cleanse instead of cursing the opposing team. What do you need to apply curse to the enemy team? Curse. I mean, yeah, curse. Sorry, I said curse twice. You need curse to apply deathmark, because of course things like this have immune to deathmark, as you can see. However, we're going to undo all these immune to deathmarks as if they don't even have it. Though we will need to go get our curses down first, but hopefully he'll do his job correctly. Then, of course, we have Wand, which does the filler for everything. It has the Bless. Keep in mind, it is good to have a Bless option with them. Not sure I mentioned this earlier. I don't think I did, but with any kind of troop like this that creates a gem that can be negative, you normally want to have a way to cleanse and or bless yourself. And same goes for the other way around. So you would want to have a dispel option or a curse option if you have a gem that ends up giving positive effects. The main reason for this is just to negate out any kind of situation where you do end up getting hit by your own effect. This guy creates a lot of curse gems, so to have a way of countering that curse could end up being beneficial. So, what do we want here? We want brown. We want to get this to full mana. What class is I up for this one? We're using Titan for the half mana start, the brown storm, everything else. So, of course, one other synergy that we have is this guy creates a billion brown, as does Apothecary. And what does Lord of Slaughter do? He converts all those browns into doomskulls. So what we're going to do now is target brown. He uses brown himself, so he can simply just get all the value that he needs right back. So as you can see, he's all the way back to full mana already. If we want to, we're going to cast him again. And you know what? We actually are, because I need better alignment. So we currently don't have guarantee alignment anywhere. Wait, that can trigger on... Oh, no, that's bad. The deathmark gems can... Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think they would, but I guess that makes sense. When you double cast this... Okay, that's kind of concerning then. That's not ideal. When you cast this more than once, his convert 3 skulls to deathmark gems applies again. Because it applies to any skulls, including doomskulls, or uber doomskulls. That's a little unfortunate, because that just kind of undid the alignment we were trying to get. But you know what? Let's go for this. Unfortunately, not land our extra turn. But then we just repeat the cycle again. So, you need to go get full mana. So, we'll just go and get it through you off a wand and or cascades real quick. Get our wand down. Alright, we should be back to full. Ideally, it explodes, but also, as you can see, even though these things have immune to deathmark, they are now... Oh, that's a bad example. You don't have immune. But Z has immune to deathmark right there. But he is still deathmark due to the curse, which is pretty nice. So, we don't quite have alignment with this. So, we'll go and... we don't have guarantee alignment on brown either. Oh, well, let's have to go for the Lord of Slaughter and just hope it lands. And then go for our alignment on the following turn. So we can go for yellow here. Yeah, that's a little weird. Okay, I don't like that. Like, the premise of it still works, but if you're trying to get alignment off of his ability, that's so inconsistent because 3 of your skulls are going to be converted into something you don't want, into those deathmark gems. That is not ideal. Because it keeps ruining alignment every time you build up alignment. Because the idea was, of course, to build up alignment that way. But you know what? I guess we could do that with Apothecary. I have Apothecary just sitting here doing nothing. Should probably utilize it. So we could try doing this to try to get our alignment. Can we do it on green? Yeah, we could do it on green. So right here, we can get guarantee alignment. So instead of casting him, which we don't even have mana for right now, we could use Apothecary to guarantee get our alignment, then go cast the other one, and then we're good to go. Also, the only problem with this team is he's getting so many extra turns, we can never actually utilize the deathmark mechanic. That's slightly problematic, but I guess in a slightly beneficial way. But yeah, we're never actually able to get the deathmark value because we never end our turn. We have no turn to end. Okay, we'll go for this and no go for the other thingy. Yeah, we'll do it on green. Actually, you know what? Come on, give it some wand action. Did we miss? Ooh, we missed. Lord of Slaughter, come back! That's the only slight issue with this team, too, the way that I structured this particular one. It's very front-loaded, so once it goes down, do we just have to skull poke him? I guess we do. The other idea is like, oh, they would eventually die to deathmark. But one issue with deathmark, of course, is if you keep applying deathmark, there is a 1-turn delay before it gets triggered. So we kind of just want to wait out the deathmark timer at this point and then go from there. Which is not ideal, and as you can see, as they go down, we can just redo it again. So we do this, go get our board cleared, do it with the Uber Doomskull, which of course does have Explode, so you can actually get that straight into your Deathmark gem. We're not ending this battle until we get a Deathmark kill. Or the Skull's just naturally killing. Come on, Deathmark value, go. You know you want to. Deathmark's one of those mechanics that it either does everything or nothing. And today's one of those nothing days. So you know what? We're just going to go and finish it off by some alignment here. Yeah, that's... Okay. That's really clunky. Like, I get what they're going for with that. But skull alignment with him, kind of annoying. Because he keeps converting away 3 of your skulls every time he casts them. And you're going to be casting him multiple times because of how his ability is. Like, you're feeding brown directly back into him. Unless you have another big brown in front of you, but even then, you generally will have excess going back into him. Anyways, now let's go try Ossifer. He can convert all of the chosen gem, including brown, of course, into Doomskull. And also has true damage, so we're going down the Takshaka route. I was considering Leprechaun or some other mana accumulator for this, but I figured Takshaka, so we have the double true damage synergy. We're also getting extra magic from using, Oh wait, never mind. That was the structured team I had before. I was using it with Archmages before, and it was pure purple, so we were getting, like, double magic bonus from it before. But we ended up opting for the true damage with the Ossifer into Takshaka instead. It seemed like it would be end up working out a little bit better. But let's go get over a mana. Let's go get Wand down. Let's see if we have any amount of convert here. We could do it on green. So, you know what? We'll do it on green. Unfortunately, Ossifer himself does not use brown. Otherwise, this team would be absolutely amazing. I guess you technically could do it with Keeper of Souls or something similar. Also, keep in mind, Keeper of Souls is from Khetar. And this Mythic is from Khetar. So you can go for the Khetar, which I'm pretty sure is the intended mechanic, is the Keeper of Souls into Pharaoh Khafru. So if you ever have a restriction like that, you can use the two of them together. And it should be some pretty good synergy. Unfortunately, they do share all the same mana, but that is beneficial, at least in the sense that they both use brown. Though a little unfortunate that they both use purple, as that is more conflicting than beneficial in that situation. Alright, so we have a big convert here. Speaking of purple, we can do that. Boom. We get over true damage down. If we want, we can go for Takshaka pressure. Otherwise, we can just go for Wand and keep going from there. We're going to go for this just to get his mana back. Get all those Uber Doom Skulls in there. Of course, he does not actually create any new skulls. However, we can take the value when we destroy them to basically full board clear, as you can see right there. And then just let the cycle continue. So we go for a nice Ossifer. We'll go for it on purple here. Obviously, that does true damage pressure every single time. Ideally, we can get that into the range where we can just one-shot with Takshaka, which I think we can do after this Wand, as long as we land our extra turn here, and that leads straight into our Takshaka, and we're good to go. So, of course, that's him with Ossifer. So, you're allowed to use one Immortal per anywheres. Like, of course, we're in Explore 12 right now. You don't only have to use them in PvP. So, yeah, it's working out pretty nicely. Now, let's go into a low rarity team, and then we'll build our own. So, this one is going to be a Mang-oriented team. So, all low rarity stuff. Mang you get just from leveling up your hero class, about 23, I believe it is, for brown-red. So you get that automatically. Queen Beatrix, while being a legend, is basically free. You just go throw some Chaos Shards at Deep Hive. You can do this at any point. We even have a new Deep Delve as of today, if you're watching this the weekend it's coming out. So if you just do some of that event, you'll easily be able to get enough shards to go get yourself Queen Beatrix and just throw all your shards at Deep Hive that you get from the current event that's going on. And even if there's not one going on, you just do it from your daily Underspire battles, or Underworld, I mean. But just get yourself a Beatrix from there. Really good cleanser. Of course, we need some kind of way to get rid of our curse and everything if it does backfire, and deathmark and all that. Has some true damage. Has brown mana accumulation, which is always nice. Leprechaun just is a nice little starting mana thing. And of course, the Mythic, even though it's high rarity, it is a team built around it. And Leprechaun, of course, is just an ultra rare, which is oddly enough the hardest thing to get on this team, not counting the Mythic. Just because of how the drop table can be sometimes, as it's really easy to target Beatrix, and this weapon you just get automatically. So, we have Mang. I'm not sure if I want to use it yet. I do want to double cast this. So, of course, the whole point of Mang is we double cast this and then basically get enough skull damage to one-shot everything. So we do this. He does whatever. We do it again. He does whatever. And then we go win. Do we convert here? Do we need to convert? I guess we do, because that's a free Mang. We just need to make sure we have alignment. Do we have alignment? No. Yes, blue. So we'll do it on blue. Boom. See if there's anything else we can go take. And if not, we throw it on Mang. And then we go into Beatrix and go from there. So we get down our Mang. We can now one-shot absolutely everything on the opposing team with skulls. And even if you're at lower stats, you should be able to, most likely by now. If you Mang twice, you will be pretty much at one-shot range, or pretty close to it for everything else on the team, especially when you have other chip damage on your team. So we'll go for this, which is the other reason for Beatrix other than its cleanse, is it will chip them down into kill range if you're not in kill range. So if you happen to not have been, which I think we're actually slightly off. If worst comes to worst, you can go for a third Mang. Wouldn't be that big a deal. And then we basically just keep converting him until we get skull alignment. But yeah, that's really clunky though. I'm not a fan of the fact that even Uber Doomskulls can get converted into deathmark gems. I wish it could recognize and do it only on... Oh, hey, finally, a deathmark kill. But I wish it would wow, that was so many skulls. As you can see, we're just one-shotting everything with Mang, which is the whole premise of it. But I really wish it would only work on normal skulls. The fact it works on Doomskulls and Uber Doomskulls is... It makes sense because other mechanics do. But I feel like for his, it should only work on skulls. Like normal skulls. Just to make sure that you can actually get value from it. Because there's too many times that you're multicasting him and you're just ruining your skull alignment. Which makes it really hard to use him with skulls, but there we go. And the Mang does what Mang does. So, one last thing, which we might as well go check since we ended up getting 2 of them. Let's go test the team using double of them. So, one troop I didn't end up utilizing, which I was considering. There were a few on the table. But there is another curse gem. Wait. How do you... What? Curse... Oh, cursed gem. Really? Fine. Alright. The Elder Dragon. It deals a bunch of damage to all enemies and creates a bunch of boosted by curse gems. So 1-to-1 based on every single curse gem on the board. And guess who's going to place 1 billion of them? And then it's boosted by... Oh, well, I just mentioned that. But yeah, he's going to create 9 curse gems boosted by cursed enemies. So he's going to be able to get the full amounts from the boost ratio there. Because we'll be able to go get the curse there. And then he also gets to eliminate magic like crazy. But yeah, I was thinking that was damage for a second. But no, the 1-to-1's only on his... on the amount of curse gems he ends up creating, which is still perfectly fine. It's based on cursed enemies. But we're basically just going to do a curse gem into curse gem mechanic, is essentially what we're doing here. Alright, let's go get him in. Let's see. And what else do we need? Wand? I'm trying to think, is there anything else in the entire game that can utilize curse gems in some way? I don't feel like there's like a curse gem boost ratio. There's like curse boost ratio. Yeah, we don't really have a curse gem boost ratio currently in the game. There's everything with curse gem, unless there's one hiding somewheres. And these 2 are basically unusable. Khetar is good, but I wouldn't really say he's something that needs. Like, he'd be your only curse gemmer if you were to use him on a team, most likely. So yeah, Elder Dragon is the only thing we really have that can kind of synergize in that regard. Is the curse gem into curse gem kind of thing, while also having the curse boost ratio. I don't know, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. And what weapon do we want to run with? I don't feel like there's a way to do it off of hero. What's this one? Convert all red gems to curse gems. Convert all purple gems to doomskulls. And then jumble the board. So double converty. Oh, isn't this the one that's locked behind the celestial dragons? It's basically like putting Stellarix on a team. Honestly, I haven't utilized this weapon much, but in this context, I don't think it's worth using. I want to go down the brown weapon route for sure, though, if we're going to do something like this with it. Go like the pure brown kind of aspect. Let's see. Pure brown, pure brown. What's a good brown weapon that isn't Mang that's also high damage output? You know what? I almost want to go a non-brown weapon and go like that Doom weapon that convert all browns into skulls, Doom skulls. I think we're going to go do that. If I can remember which one it is. Isn't it the green one? Doomed Glaive, I believe it is. Doomed Glaive. Isn't it this one? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's this one. All right. Unfortunately, a little man conflict there, but we're just doing it for science. Alright, let's just see what happens. So, of course, the main gimmick of this team is we explode 4 gems at the start of every single turn and try to utilize that. Can we get a good, like, green-brown? Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Alright. That should be fine. And Titan class, probably fine as well. Alright, see what we do here. So, Doomed Glaive with Elder Dragon into double of him. So, basically an all-in curse gem mechanic. The only big issue with this team is we have no cleanse. I made sure on every single other team that we would have cleanse, either through wand, through beatrix, through other means. This one very specifically does not, which means any curse we do will basically apply back to ourselves, which is, of course, slightly problematic, but for the most part shouldn't be that bad. Though if you're up against an elemental as hero class, good luck. Alright, I probably should have put this back by 1 so that we could have let him get his cast off, because I actually do need to cast this once before I can effectively cast this. So we are going to need to shimmy it around a little. Alright, now that we have this, we should be good to go. Just get 1 alignment, and everything else should just be into place from there. So we do that, boom, all the curse, boom, all the curse, and we should just be able to click this until we win for the most part. Whatever we need to do after, we just simply go and keep converting. Like right now, boom, convert. Just keep the board nice and populated. with the gems that we need. We are, of course, every single extra turn we do, reducing their magic off of this troop right here. So their magic is being reduced. As you can see, there's 0, 4, 0, 0. So effective way to get them all the way down to 0, if nothing else. As this, pretty much any team with him generally will be pretty loopy. You just go into any brown troop that has any amount of loop potential, and you should be in a pretty good position. Alright, I think it's time. Let's go start a chain reaction. Boom! And it started turret. And obviously, we didn't even necessarily need that weapon. It's just more so as a finisher. We could have used it a little bit earlier if we really wanted to as well, but there we go. So that is the new Mythic. Obviously, this isn't something you're going to put on every team ever. It's not like a Stellarex, a Wand, or something like that. However, it's a really great utility troop. It'll have its use cases here and there. The main thing I don't like is multicasting him, of course. I mentioned it a couple times. Just the fact that you keep replacing your skulls with deathmark gems is very clunky, especially because you don't really need to keep deathmarking the enemy team like that. I really wish it only worked on normal skulls and not all skulls, but oh well. Maybe they'll code it differently at some point. You know they won't, though. Oh yeah, one thing I meant to mention. You might have noticed I went with a little bit of a weirder banner here. They've rebuffed. I don't think I've mentioned this in any video yet. We've mentioned it a couple times on streams, though. But I'm not sure when this happened, about a week ago, but they accidentally rebroke the maze banner. Any of you guys who may have known when this first came out, it was actually a +2/+2 banner. It was +2 red, +2 green, -1 purple. They kept it like that for quite a while, and then eventually nerfed it to what you would expect it to be, a +2/+1, -1 banner, for 2 red, 1 green, and -1 purple. But somehow it got rebroken, and is now currently a +3/+2. And it actually functions as such. Actually, let me do one more fight. I'll show it right here. Hopefully this one doesn't take too long. Who knows? Maybe we'll even restructure this one. I don't know. Do we need any restructure here? No, honestly, I think this one actually worked out the absolute best, so no restructure at all. This is mostly because of the double true damage synergy and the fact that we're using it mostly for mana accumulation. Honestly, he feels like a lot more of a mana accumulator than anything. I wasn't expecting him to feel like a mana accumulator, but that's basically what he is. Which kind of makes sense. He obviously converts to brown, but the fact that he converts to brown while using brown, very, very convenient. I wish this thing also created brown. But of course, Beatrix, Truffle, stuff like that does. Okay, do we just go for Ossifer? I think we do. Too bad Ossifer also doesn't use brown, but oh well. We can still keep getting Wand and everything else for our mana there. Alright, Ossifer, you need mana. Oh yeah, I meant to show the banner. That was the whole reason why we came into this fight. As you can see, it's +3/+2, -1. It is actually functioning as such. Which is, yeah, that's a little strong. Let's see. I'm just gonna Wand. I don't like the current board state. Alright, what do we want? What do we want? We need a good convert. Somewheres. Anywheres. Alright, we'll do it there. And then we get the gigantic Ossifer. Yeah, we'll do it on blue. We unfortunately don't have him back again. I almost want to build another team using Keeper of Souls. Those videos already gone on a while, but I don't know. I think we might bring out the 5th team. Because I kind of want to see what the intended mechanic is here. Oh yeah, we could just kill it with Takshaka. I'm not sure if I'm going to build pure Khetar, just for a little bit of more flexibility for what we could do with the team. But we're going to go one more team. And I'm going to build it with Keeper of Souls. Because I feel like the most annoying thing with a couple of these teams is our Skull Spammer isn't brown. And what better way to do it than the thing actually from Khetar? I don't know. Did we go pure Khetar? The main reason I don't want to is I feel like pure Khetar is kind of clunky. But realistically, in the future, if you're going to bother with this, you will be using it in pure Khetar situations. So you know what? We're going to go for it. However, I am using double. I am bringing out the double. So we can go Keeper of Souls, double Pharaoh, Khafru, and what else? Obviously Hero. I just want to double check if there's anything else. Bone Dragon. Alright. And then we'll go for a weapon. This also needs to be Khetar, of course, if we can help it. As the whole point of this is to use it in a Khetar restriction, either for Underspire, or for PvP, or mostly Underspire. Because I highly doubt it's going to cycle to PvP that much. Creeping Death's not bad, but in this context, this team's not really needed. Free Souls. Are you Explodey Weapon? Honestly, I'm leaning towards Explodey Weapon. It even uses brown too, so it kind of has that brown synergy. Blue and purple based on undeads. Ooh. And it uses brown. Ooh. Though we don't use blue, though. Aw. I feel like this weapon always has, like, no synergy with undead. It's so weird. Also, you know what troop I haven't been using? The 50% mana start to all undead. Unfortunately, that's from Golvania, not from Khetar, so it does not fit a pure Khetar team. Oh, purple-brown. Perfect. Unfortunately, it's red-blue, but actually that's kind of fortunate because that covers the colors we're not using. And we just simply go a minus green banner and we're good to go. Alright, what do we have? We need, like, a purple-brown. Oh, perfect. Alright, there we go. And I'll just use Titan Hero class. You could use the Khetar Hero class of, what's it called? The Necromancer. However, that's not required even in pure restrictions. At least currently in the current state of the game. But you would use Necromancer otherwise if you did want to go down that route. But we'll go stick with Titan. Has half mana, 50% mana start, has Barrier on brown, which of course we'll be getting a lot of brown. And we even have Enrage, so that'll help too. Let's make sure I have Enrage enabled. I should. And we still get a pretty hefty Khetar bonus. Actually, I only have the 2, but it's not even that good of a bonus anyway, so it works out. Let me just make sure we have Enrage, as this will help put it together since we're skull spamming quite heavily. Alright, let's go try one last fight. No, I do not want to buy the thingy. It's not even worth maxing. At least not with the elite levels. Oh, I still haven't named Pure Faction. I don't know, what do we call them? We call this, oh no, honestly, I might just replace this team with that. Because honestly, oh no, Elder Dragon wasn't bad though. It worked. Oh, we'll have 5 teams. What do we call this one? We call this one, Pure Khetar. Instead of Pure Faction, it's now Pure Khetar. There we go. Alright, let's see what this thing can do. And this will be the last one we mess with then. Alright, what do we have? What do we have? We get our little bit of Explode. No alignment over there. I see the skull. I'm not sure if I want the skull, though. I'd rather take mana here and try for skull from sky. Just trying to see every option we have. Actually, I'm just going to lower it down and take that. So, of course, we're getting 4 explodes per turn, which is really nice. And I think we are set up. Though, we do want to try, if we can help it, to not use Keeper of Souls on brown. If we absolutely have to, it's fine. But we want to avoid it as much as we possibly can. Yeah, honestly, this is a huge buff to Khetar. I really hope they start doing this to more kingdoms. Adding like a really good synergy option to kind of just put everything together. Because I feel like this does it for Keeper of Souls. Keeper of Souls has been very average for a while. But this is a really solid synergy for Keeper of Souls that he did not have access to before. Because this is a pure Khetar team. Under a Khetar restriction, this is a fully valid team for Khetar Underspire, for Khetar anything. And if you need to replace something in the future, you just replace one of the mythics with, let's say it's like a certain event like, I don't know, raids. All you do is just replace this with the thing. Or, you know, you replace it with... oh, wait, no, it's not raids. Which was the other one? Why can't I remember the other one? Yeah, it is raids. Never mind. That's like the pure kingdom restriction. But yeah. So you would just put the raid troop underneath where the second Pharaoh is, and boom, you got yourself the raid team for a Khetar event. Yeah, not bad at all. We just do that, convert again. Of course, we want to try to never use Keeper of Souls on brown if we can help it. If I lower that down, yeah, we'll try lowering it down that way. Just trying to make sure we always have a convert available if we can help it. Green is not aligned, I could just take it, so we'll go with that. Yeah, works out really nicely. Get rid of red, I guess. Do we not have alignment? We do on skull, or on brown. Okay, we'll finally go for the brown. Just because it's basically the end of the fight anyways. Unfortunately, not enough to kill it there, but this will do it. Did we even cast that a single time? Well, we did now. Yeah, the second one doesn't even do anything other than a little bit of extra explode to start a battle. And that could easily be replaced with a raid troop, a doom weapon, or whatever other thing you might have to do in a given... Actually, it wouldn't be doom weapon, that'd be pure color things. But, you know, any kind of thing you would need to put in there at a given restriction. Maybe the mortal troop if you were doing it somewhere as in PvP, something similar. Raid troop for raids. And you just slot it in where the second mythic is and you're good to go. But yeah, overall, really good utility mythic. Definitely get 1, potentially get 2. And you're not going to use it too often, but when you do use it, it's really solid. It's definitely on the better side of support mythics out there. Really great with pretty much any brown that does skull. And honestly, there are quite a few brown. If I just type in brown and skull right here, there should be a lot that come up here. Obviously, there's some other things that do like on skull effects. But there are a lot of browns that do end up creating gems to a pretty solid amount. Or utilize them in some kind of way that is pretty beneficial. And any kind of troop that can just mass skull like that. Really, really solid. which of course its main synergy being from its own kingdom, Keeper of Souls. So overall, pretty nice. So all 5 of these teams will be in the description below if you want to go and copy paste any of them. Feel free to share your own if you've come up with any. And I will catch all of you guys later. Hope you all have the best of luck in trying to get the Mythic, Glory Gem Guild, and VIP chest for the next week. And the end of Thursday will be the last chance to get it until you'll need to get it either for event keys under the next Khetar event or for 4,000 diamonds at a later point once it cycles, probably early next year. Because I'm pretty sure it won't cycle back anytime this year, as we're getting pretty close to the end of the year already. Well, not close, but you know, we're closer to the end of it than we are from the beginning of it. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.